What is going on, everyone? How are you all doing? This is Carlo here at Magnet Crypto, back again with another video. This video is gonna be concentrated on looking at Cardano, the price action, the charts, but also to look at something more macroeconomics and how this will give crypto a massive push to the upside towards all-time highs. So stick around, this will be a good one. Cue the intro. So let's first start off with the macroeconomic event that I mentioned, and that is the $1 trillion infrastructure bill, which could be passed. And it'll be spent on various things, various institutions that quote unquote need it, and some of them do actually need it, so I can't say anything about that. But what ultimately is this going to lead to, and what has it led to in the past year or so? Because obviously during this pandemic for the last 2 years, since about early 2020, trillions and trillions of dollars have been printed and have been spent, and for good reason, to be fair. Supporting a lot of businesses, supporting individual employers to carry on living their lives, to carry on paying their bills. So the money was relatively well spent, although there was obviously a lot of corruption as well. But what has that led to? Naturally, that had led to inflation, and we're seeing more of the effects now. Because during the pandemic, when everyone's stationary in their houses, you know, the velocity of money is very low. So the money that's been printed doesn't actually circulate much. And that was one of the main components why inflation wasn't going out that much during the pandemic. However, now people are coming out, lockdown has ended for now, and people are spending much more money. They're going out, restaurants, hotels, etc., and inflation is hitting. And this is because so much money was printed, and now there's much more money in circulation, inflation, etc., etc. And now they're talking about another $3.5 trillion plan. So of course, what is this going to do? It's going to flood the market, the economy with more dollars, with more money, and this is going to lead to more inflation. Now, if you've got cash, this is of course a very, very bad thing, because your money is losing value very, very fast. But if you have assets, hard assets like property, land, or even shares and things like that, and of course cryptocurrency, and this is very good because these assets are finite, and when it's compared to fiat currency, which is increasing in supply, then the finite asset is the thing that increases relative to the money. So all of that waffle is basically me saying that this should be good for crypto and increase the price of our cryptocurrencies, our investments in the next year or two. So massive macroeconomic event is happening. It hasn't been passed yet, but if passed, then this will be the outcome eventually. So very, very important macro event. Next, just a quick mention of what happened with Poly Network. $600 million hack. As far as I'm aware, this was maybe the biggest hack in the short history of DeFi. Let's have a closer look. So what actually happened? As reported by Crypto Potato earlier today, Poly Network announced that they had been attacked at 8:38 a.m. They immediately listed the addresses to which the anonymous hacker had transferred their funds on ETH/BS Binance Smart Chain and Polygon networks, and called upon miners of the affected exchanges to blacklist them. So ETH/BSC and Polygon addresses showed volumes of 266.5 million, 252, and 85 million worth of crypto assets respectively. And they include wrapped BTC, wrapped ETH, REN BTC, DAI, Uni, SHIB, and FAY, total of over $600 million worth of crypto. In dollar terms, the DeFi hack is comparable to Mt. Gox and Bitfinex exchange hacks, which resulted in $500 in $750 million of stolen funds at the time of the hacks. We've soon discovered that the hackers' initial source of funds was the Monero privacy-based coin, which then converted to ETH BNB matic in the exchange. Now, more importantly, how do investors avoid this? Crypto Potato has outlined some best practices to protect investors from malicious actors seeking to compromise their assets. So these include ensuring that smart contracts of their chosen investment project have been audited by tech-savvy auditing organizations, which, with pristine track records, such precautions could have saved many investors in the case of this recent historically large hack. Now, with DeFi, unfortunately, if you get hacked, no one's going to come save you, unless potentially if it's on a large crypto exchange, centralized exchange like Binance or Coinbase. They probably have the insurance company's insurance in place to replace your crypto if it gets stolen. So DeFi exploits if in 2021, Yearn Finance, there was quite a lot. Yearn Finance, 11 mil, BT Finance 1.5 mil, Alpha Homora 37.5, Farouk Combo 14, Meerkat Finance 30, Paid Network 37, and Dodo 3.8 mil. So that is regarding the hack, and I mean the one and truly only way to really protect yourself is to store your crypto on a private wallet, preferably a cold wallet, but also just a wallet on your PC. It's also better than storing on exchange, but you want to have it offline, preferably where it cannot be accessed by these hackers. Now let's move over to Cardano, because it's looking very interesting. Now we had a very nice run up from this bottom at 105 all the way to 180. Now I did mention as it was running up past so this is 8%, as it retested this area over here, I mentioned in my private Telegram group, if it closes above this, then it's a good chance that's going to continue towards the next major resistance level, and that was 167. It hit that target very quickly. So I was looking around this level when it closed this candle above this very important consolidation region, this box. Very likely that is going to head towards the next level, 167, and potentially reach the 170s. Now, because we had some wicks that went past. Now it went all the way past and went all the way up to 187. Was the highest, 189, and it actually rejected from this area before, and this was at the end of May, so it made sense that it was going to reject there again. But if it manages to stay above 167 right here, this high, if it manages to close above this high, we might get potential retracement, a claiming of that support, maybe a wick down below into the low 160s, and then up to previous highs of around 228. So the key thing we want to look out for is it going to close above 167, 168, this previous high? If it does, and then we see a reclaim of that high as support, then that's a very, very bullish thing to see for Cardano. Now also another thing to mention is AGIX. This a very important level is still somewhat holding around 24-25 cents. We blew past it actually and hit the 0.27 extension at 0.27 cents. However, got rejected. But if we manage to close above this level, maybe a little bit higher up to 25-26, and then retest it as support, then I can definitely see AGIX going up to 30-32 cents. So at the moment it's looking somewhat bullish. Quick mention of BTC. Now, unfortunately,
you dare say that to me?
When we went past 45 up to 46k, there was a massive rejection, a lot of sell-offs, a lot of sell orders were activated and pushing it all the way back down this key level of 45. So it's now below that, which is unfortunate to see because there isn't much action between these two. So we might get further retracement down towards maybe 41, 42k, but these are daily figures. So if we look at the daily time frame, so we could see BTC go down to 42 right here, which is a previous resistance, previous high, which will now become support. If it manages to find support there, very bullish, because if we see that happening, then we can see that reversal once again and then back towards 49k. So that's what I'm looking out for with Bitcoin. Ethereum. So Ethereum is creating a very clear resistance level at 3100. Several rejections, 3 rejections from 3200, which I mentioned. That's what I've got highlighted here. So several rejections of this area could be enough to push it down.
You dare say that to me?
Towards 2800, towards 2700. So we move to the weekly. So you can see that's quite a rejection, showing a lot of sell side pressure, but there is good support around 2700. You can see this previous high. So if that's the case, it's not a bad situation. So I would definitely say that it's looking that's going to continue this retracement because of this massive wick. So I can imagine 2800 being tapped once again before potentially seeing that retracement finishing and then turning around back to the upside. So let's see what happens until the end of this week and then going into next week. So that will be all for this week. Hopefully you got some value from there. Crypto market is looking quite exciting still. There's obviously going to be some retracements because we've had a good couple of weeks of strong bullish momentum, and naturally that is going to slow down. It's going to require the market to breathe so that new buyers can jump back in and then continue this rally. So see you in the next video. Peace.